Hey, you back so soon? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Honestly, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just putting on my little jeans jacket here because I want to bring something to your attention that I mentioned in the last video that was recently uploaded. Is this little slogan here. Okay, you know what? Let me take off the jeans jacket because it's not going well with this outfit, but I wanted to bring that up again because I think this is a carryover from some things I touched upon in the last video within the last messages, and just further fleshing out who it is you are, what it is you're supposed to be doing here. I think this may help, okay, in our ongoing solving of this beautiful puzzle, or getting to the climax of this beautiful story, however it is you want to take it. Okay, so jumping right in it, something might be relevant about Black Lives Matter. Like I said, it doesn't have to be that organization anymore because I believe it has been dismantled. Okay, so this could be the rebuilding of a Black Lives Matter 2.0, or some other protest group, or there's going to be some other protests that strongly correlates to the protests we have seen in the past, as it concerns police brutality, centers around the lack of police accountability, you know, racial inequality being the precursor for a lot of the crime and violence committed by the state onto bodies that have been labeled Black. Okay, something is going on within this energy here, this Black Lives Matter energy, this I can't breathe energy, we can't breathe. So because it says we can't breathe on the pocket of my jeans jacket, that tells me whoever it is you are, you're some kind of delegate, you're some kind of ambassador that speaks on behalf of others, of a community, even as large as a nation. Okay, but you do not speak for yourself, or you do not speak of yourself. In fact, you are being sent to speak, and when you are speaking, you are to speak with full authority given to you by your senders. So this ties in with the last message, which is approved by God. You have been approved by God to speak with authority on behalf of perhaps disenfranchised groups, minorities, those who are heavily oppressed. Okay, this does not have to be specific to Black people. Okay, anyone who finds themselves oppressed, you might be some kind of advocate for. Okay, this is a very big mission and purpose, as we have been noting throughout, if you have been following, that you have been selected, you have been entrusted with the business. Okay, and within this business, you're going to be doing things like receiving grievances, redressing grievances, you're going to be securing favors, you're going to be writing petitions, accepting positions, presenting petitions. Okay, but you are empowered to negotiate on behalf of a larger group. Okay, so you might belong to an official body of delegates here, you might be part of some kind of embassy. Okay, but you are definitely an ambassador, and I could be speaking to somebody who's a bit older, okay, mature in age, because a position like this calls for some kind of seniority. Okay, some kind of eldership, somebody who is wise, especially wise through experience, but also well versed as it pertains to the word of God, the things of God, the standards of God. Okay, this is like higher learning, big responsibility here. All right, you are some kind of diplomatic instrument. Okay, and you have legitimate authority to do whatever it is that you're being called to do, what you're doing out here, staying out here. Okay, you're helping people grasp the gravity of situations, discerning whether something is life or death. Okay, this feels like a corporate responsibility, so you could be some kind of spokesperson for a corporation here, okay? But I'm getting ambassador, I'm getting servant, I'm getting called by God, covered by God, approved by God, sent by God. Please check out the last message so it could be more comprehensive. You could get the message. Somebody here needs to get the message, okay? You are the messenger being sent with a message, okay? Somebody might be putting up a resistance to this message that you have been sent with, okay? Because I'm feeling some resistance here, okay? A situation might call for a protest, like some rallying cry here. Maybe you're addressing a rally here, okay? Maybe this is organized resistance, okay? Speaking truth to power, addressing power structures, okay? A body of government, perhaps. I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be some kind of political reprisal, and you're at the center of it, or you're being called to calm a situation down. Oh, I don't know if this is a side note or if it ties into some kind of favor and security that comes with a position like this, but you're going to be paid well for whatever job this is, okay? I don't know if you're just highly worth it, or you're of high worth, or you help people feel like they're worth it, or people are worth speaking up for, advocating for. Also, this might be a heavy price to pay. There might be a heavy price to pay in a situation like this, okay? Or you're about to be hired for a situation like this. You have a special expertise, okay? You might be deliberating wages here. If you've passed certain milestones in the hiring process, you might be discussing wages here. Somebody might be selling a house or a car, okay? But back to Black Lives Matter, somebody could have the initials BLM in any variation, okay? But there's something about the exploitation of tragedy. You might be speaking about the exploitation of tragedy. You might be pointing out that Black Lives Matter capitalize on the exploitation of tragedy here. You might be highlighting some kind of law enforcement encounter that ties in with racial inequality. You might be researching all those who died in police custody, specifically by chokehold. You might have somebody in a chokehold, the proverbial chokehold. I hope it's not a real chokehold, okay? You might be a part of the NYPD, thinking about joining the NYPD. The NYPD might be interested in you for something, okay? But address the assembly is coming back again, and I know I mentioned that in the last reading, the last message, okay? So that might be important here. You are some kind of spokesperson. The reason why I said somebody might be older here, because I think this position, you have to be a certain age, okay? You know how they say, like, a judge has to have served certain years as an attorney, as a lawyer, before they could be a judge or a justice of the peace. I don't know. It seems like this position, there's an age requirement, okay? You have to be dignified or value dignity, okay? This is also be hereditary, like a right given to the firstborn of a family here. Somebody could be 70, 59. There's also something here about fighting words, okay? Which ties in as well with something I mentioned in the last video, which is be careful with your words, mind your tongue, okay? Something might be received as fighting words that might set you up as some kind of a target, okay? The power of life and death is in the tongue, yet I'm hearing you help people grasp the gravity between life or death. Like this is life, this is a life and death situation. Some situation here It's a life or death situation. I'm also getting that you or somebody I'm speaking to could be speaking to potentially, what do they call that when you, some kind of negotiator, when people are on the edge, on the ledge, wanted to commit a crime, or if they're holding somebody hostage, you're sent in to talk them down from the ledge. Let my people go. You know how to use your words. This should be a part 2. Maybe I'll title it part 2 to the last message, because it's the same vibe here. Okay, be keen or listen out for, look out for war, rumors of war. Okay, again, political reprisal. Okay, community against community, nation against nation. Some kind of exchange of payments here. Okay, somebody's being redeemed, something is being sold, something is being bought. Something here is entrusted to elders. You must be an elder for this particular office, for this particular position. Okay, 11 minutes in. Let's pull a few cards. Then I'll go off to go make Sunday dinner. That flew out fast. Okay, so something is taking off quickly here. You might be preparing for travel. That also came out fast. Okay, something is definitely moving fast. Lots of moving parts in this situation, whatever situation it is. Okay, but you're being called for takeoff. Okay, again, I see flights here. Okay, somebody's about to soar to higher heights, new heights. So this position could be a new position, and it's going to open up a realm of opportunities that you would have never had access to if it weren't for the Lord working on your side. That's what I'm hearing. This is all God. This is all God. Okay? These doors that are being opened up, this unction to function, it's by God. You've been approved. I'm also hearing blessed in the city. This is a clump. I'm not going to take it. I'll take the one on top, the one on bottom. I'm hearing I'm blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed when I come and when I go. Okay, so you're blessed. You're going to get the favor of many. Yeah. You're going to be associating with people from all walks of life here. This work entails a lot of diversity. Okay, you could be speaking on DEI issues here. We cast down every stronghold. Sickness and poverty must cease, for the devil is defeated. We are blessed. I'm also hearing the Lord is going to place people on your pathway intentionally to bless you. So this position comes with a lot of gifts. You're going to be bearing gifts for others, and others are going to be reciprocating, giving you gifts in like manner. Okay, you are welcomed here. That's what I'm hearing. Whoever it is I'm speaking to, you're going to hear that a lot. You're welcomed here. People are going to accommodate you, to make you feel at home. People want your presence. Okay. Oh, too big. Take the one on top, the one on the bottom. All right, let me stop here for the sake of time. Somebody just really feels stifled in a situation, trapped in a situation with the we can't breathe. If this does not have anything to do with an actual fire, being confined to a space where there's no ventilation, okay? You could just feel like you can't breathe, like you need fresh air. You need to get out more. You need to get away from an old environment. Okay, so some of you might be moving. We have star seed. Didn't I tell you that you're approved by God? Okay. People recognize you, or at least those with eyes to see can see. Those with ears to hear can hear. They know who it is you are. They know who sent you. They know what it is you're here for. Many will receive you, of course. There will be resistance as well. But nothing changes the fact, the truth and reality of who it is you are. A starseed sent by God. Okay? Don't care about the pushback. I cannot make this up. Some will receive you, some will resist you. But it doesn't matter which side the coin lands on. The fact is, you're a coin, you're very valuable. Can I say something about payment here? You are very valuable. You're worth a lot. Okay? What you say has worth. Don't care about the pushback. Continue speaking with that authority. Continue speaking back to those in authority. Just give me a reason. Just give me a reason. And you will advocate. You will negotiate. You will mitigate. You will mediate. You will arbitrate. You will do whatever it takes to procure a result that is peaceful before it could become a conflict. Like, you do not want things to get out of hand, out of line, out of pocket. But if you have to take it there, you will take it there, because you've been sent to accomplish a mission by any means necessary. So of course you're going to be very reasonable, very rational, very cordial, very civil. But if I'm picking up from the last message, you could become quite savage, quite fierce, to be feared. This is like a mixture, an amalgamation of both X and MLK, okay? If you don't see it, then it wasn't meant for you to see. If you weren't born with it, it wasn't meant for you to be. That's by who? Who's my favorite? DMX, okay? And what did I just say prior to this? Those who have ears will hear what it is you have to say. Those who have eyes will see who it is you are. And if they don't, it just wasn't meant to be. And if you weren't born with it, it wasn't meant for you to be. Meaning, this is God-given, God-approved, chosen. This is given chosen one. Okay? Chosen one. If you don't see it, you weren't chosen to see it. You weren't called to see it. Also with Let Me Fly, the track that this quote is from, also goes back to somebody about to take off here. You're about to take off. I believe I can fly. Spread your wings and prepare to fly. You're going high places, whoever it is you are. You are of high honor, okay? You address workers of iniquity. You're not afraid to call out iniquity, okay? Maybe you were once a worker of iniquity. Now your transgressions have been absolved from you, okay? By the grace of our Lord, our Savior, okay? Something about a ghostwriter in New York City. I know something about NYPD came up. I cannot make this up. Something about NYPD. Something about a petition. Anyways, let me not get too excited here. We have King of Swords. Okay, who is talking as if they have authority when they don't? Okay, maybe they do have authority, but you also have authority. You also have authority here. You could sit at this table. You could be in this room. The podium is yours, I'm hearing. Okay, so this could be some kind of debate. You're about to debate someone who has a lot to say. This person has a lot to say, but what you say is more meaningful here. If we're going back to the last message, you know how to touch hearts, prick hearts. That was the actual download, okay? You prick hearts, Okay, so somebody might be wordy, very verbose, loquacious, okay, even quarrelsome here. But you just speak the facts, and you keep it simple language, very sincere in your delivery, okay? Something about witch doctors here. We have 100% narcissist run. And lastly, we have changes, bright yellow. You're here to reinforce, enact changes here. You beckon people to change. You're demanding change, and this could be changes in a police department. This could like have all the elements of the whole Black Lives Matter era that we experience here. So maybe defunding the police is an issue on the table. Okay, police accountability or lack thereof is an issue on the table. Okay, racial inequality, like I said before, like there's so much changes that has to take place within the institution first. So this is what systemic oppression, systemic racism, okay? But something has to change, and you are a part of this change. You're leading the charge when it comes to this change, okay? Or you have experienced these changes that had matured you, equipped you, so now you are ready for such a position as this, okay? You went through all the necessary changes to provide you with the experiential wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you would need for a position like this, okay? So whatever reason people give, you could, like, you get it. You're very understanding. There's nothing anyone could say that you cannot apply grace to, grace and understanding, okay? You're very virtuous, whoever it is you are. And I picked that up in the last reading, that energy there, okay? Somebody might look at you as a witch doctor, or you could very well be a witch doctor who just has the power to change things, especially narcissists here, okay? So maybe you prick the narcissist's heart. We know that narcissists, generally, their heart has been hardened, okay? So maybe you change that. You could soften the heart of a narcissist here, of somebody who's very stuck up, stuck in their ways. Somebody who's lethal with their tongue, somebody who spits fighting words. You're asking somebody to change the way they address a certain community. Come here and talk to me nice, okay? 23 minutes. Let's see, let's close it out with just about 3 tarot cards. Talk to me nice. Magician came out just like the last one. Talk to me nice. Page of Swords, talk to me nice. Judgment, you know I'm sent by God. You know, just give me a reason. Well, the reason is you're called, you're chosen, and you are sent to do this. Change legislature. Change the hearts of many. Change the minds of folks. Okay, you're here with some new ideas here. You're fresh on the scene here. Okay, you might be older but look young or youthful, or you deal with the youth, you speak with the youth. Okay, you speak with young intellects. Or even though you are older and mature, you have fresh ideas. You could be called to be a judge, like I said. King of Cups here. I'm here with loving kindness. You change even the most stubborn of minds, causing people to re-examine something themselves, their position, their contribution. This could also be a call to action, some kind of rallying cry as well. A lot of youths are rallying together to change the heart of a king. And by king, I mean somebody in authority, somebody in leadership, somebody in government. Okay, you want this person to be more compassionate, more empathetic, more empathic to the needs of his citizens, his constituents, a particular community here. It's a large group of people. Okay, you're being presented before a king. You're going before a king here, and that king has authority, but you are approaching this king with authority, God-given authority. Okay, you have your sword out ready to plead the cause of the poor and needy, those who are oppressed. You work for them. You work for God on their behalf, or you work on God's behalf for them. I'm hearing you're going to be working many signs, miracles, and wonders to where you get the attention of higher officials. And they're going to wonder who sent you. They're interested in what you know, how you know. King of Swords again. Two Kings of Swords. Two kings might fall. Two kings might be demoted from their position of authority. Okay, this might be because of abuse of power. This may be because they spit vitriol, fighting words here. A lot of rage baiting. I'm hearing sedition. Okay, I'm hearing somebody should not be in leadership. Okay, they're poisonous. The way they communicate, or their communication underscores a lot of hatred, a lot of discord, a lot of bigotry. Okay, and you're coming in to speak some kind of truth to that, or highlighting that. Asking the people, is this your king? Is this who you want for your king? Is this your king? This is a matter of life and death. You think this is a game? Like, you're being really honest with people here. Is this your king? Treacherous? Perverse? This is a filthy communicator here. That's causing a lot of strife between the people. That beckons some kind of either reprisal or uprisal, upheaval. Okay, I'm going to close it out. 1 minute. The Emperor. Why is this person in charge? Or you're leading the charge in this protest? This is some kind of organized rally? You're about to show somebody who's the real boss? Or they're not that powerful, or you're just as powerful too? Or remind them where their power comes from with this magician here, the Emperor, King of Swords, Page of Swords. You're about to humble somebody in real time. One more. You're about to humble somebody. You're about to humble someone with a big ego who thinks they have power, who is controlling. This person should not be a leader. This person is vicious, malicious, dubious, unscrupulous, yet he's in a position of authority and they abuse their power, and they corrupt people, they devour people through their speech. I'm going to end it here. Yep. But something's about to close. Whoever this is, you speak to the world. They have some kind of power in this world. But something is about to be closed, changed. Because this leader is a narcissist. Okay? Just give me a reason to bring whoever this is down. Because whoever this is, they are a worker of iniquity. Okay? They think that they have free speech, that they could say whatever it is they want. Doesn't matter how critical, how hateful, how hurtful it is. They're very sharp with this tongue of theirs. But now they're about to meet somebody who's not ordinary, who they would have never imagined or deemed to speak back, who has the power of speech to silence them, prick their hearts, call them to repentance. Okay? The way you're going to work the situation, to unbelievers, they're going to think it's some kind of witchcraft. But for those who have eyes and ears to see, they're going to know that you're sent from high, from the Most High. Okay? If you don't see it, then it wasn't meant for you to see. If you weren't born with it, it wasn't meant for you to be. Okay? Don't care about the pushback, whoever it is you are. You are a delegate. You are an ambassador. You have been given this power and sent with authority to address or redress certain communities, call out certain issues, and demand a change. I'm going to end it here. Hopefully these messages were beneficial or delightful, entertaining, does something for you, especially on a beautiful day like this. Okay? Catch me on the next one. Take good care of yourself. And of course, I'll leave you with my love. May God's grace abound in your life. Bye-bye.